Welcome back to Low Energy Videos, where we're playing Tyranny. Yeah, the tyranny of tyranny is that the game could crash like last time. Because I had no idea, but it actually made my whole computer slowly shut down, like it was suffering a very, very gradual stroke. Not the fun sort of strokes either, with, touching yourself. Let's wait for this to pop up, 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 pop up. There we go. Okay, great, fantastic, wunderbar. Let's go and plop you here so I can read the chat while I'm gaming. It'd help if I was actually up to speed. No, I need to be 4 minutes behind. Yeah, of course. And now we'll just get stuck into it. So I hope you've had a fantastic weekend. It's back to the daily grind now. Yes. And I also know audio can be a problem with this game. So if you want me to higher it or lower it, be my guest and tell me. We shall know. We have our two pretty ladies. Not counting you, Kills in Shadow. You're awesome, but unfortunately, they won't show your full nudity. You got a little loincloth going on there. So let's have a look at the journal. That's reputation. Let's have a look at the journal. Search the old walls for different fragments hidden by Lemix. You found the chronicle hidden in Bastard Woods Farm. Oh yeah, that's the DLC. Speak with Narat. Yeah, we're going to go with the voices of Narat. Discuss your next move with the voices of Narat. Well, I want to see what he's got to do with the baby and Graven Ash's granddaughter. It's probably something very wholesome. You know, give them milk and cookies. By milk and cookies, I mean probably eat them. Whee! March, you fucking slaves. I mean, yay, we're all friends here. Wait, no, I'm evil. March, you fucking slaves. My first lecture today got cancelled, so not much grind, I guess. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Alan. Unless, of course, you're pumped for that and you're like, oh, good, I didn't. I wasn't really all that interested. What are you studying, by the way? And how has the, I'm guessing it's one of those online lectures? Long before the outbreak, the lockdowns, I did one of them from the University of Melbourne on the French Revolution. Did it mostly just for fun. Got some good reading material out of it. Okay, so Cacophony is up here, so that means the voices of Narat is... Where is he? Where's Flamey McDeadface? There he is. Look at him just casually strolling over there like a boss, which he technically is. In fact, you never apparently find out what he is, which I think is a nice little touch. He's just a monster, that's all you know, really. Regards you with an unreadable expression. Fatebinder, come to join us as we contemplate our vastness of infinity. Our wondrous things to learn with the primal unfet itself. What you need to know, we're dizzy with answers, important recent events. Here's about your history. Favorite too. By all means then, would you prize secrets from our green flame, or look straight in the calming wind of our own brilliance? That's my thoughts, by the way. Well, you cannot. Every secret is as precious to us as 1,000 lies, and we will consign you to the interrogators if we find you stealing even a recipe for hardtack. I wish to steal your secrets, Archon. Only wish to learn from your brilliance. Oh, so this would be a bootleg. Yeah, SDSU and all online now. I was a history major since 2015. Switched to communications this semester. I hate to be honest with you, but Communications is probably going to net you a better job. History, I think, is more of a hobby at this stage. Yeah, it's an unreadable expression. It literally says you've gained favor with him, so why the hell wouldn't... Have at us then. You may question your heart's content. Show no mercy. Your body, the green flames. Why? We're greater than your confines. No stable form can house our magnificence. The flame from neck flare out in a regal collar. You are art. Oh yeah, I'm still the bootlick at heart. No mind could house our intellect, no body could entrap our skills. We're an oak to speak fire, unfixed and resplendent. Those are names. Those are words I like. Resplendent. You are art. Scarlet Horse, average favor. Voice of the Rats, average favor. You've gained the favor, yes. Yes, you are a receptive audience. You understand more than many of us will try ever will. You speak yourself in the plural form. Because it is absolutely insane. Do you really need another reason? That should be obvious. We are multitudes, the army unto ourselves, a council of shadows babbling to be heard. We have your rise to power. In our youth, we were youngest scion of House Nerat. These would be the early years of Kairos' reign, if numbers make any difference to your fragile matter. Northern Empire wasn't the bastion of order and peace we know it today. Our gracious overlord contended with sedition and lawlessness from his subjects. He doesn't know if she's a woman or not, so he puts it as a he, but other people have heard Kairos down as a she, so... from the noble house Nerat. I won't keep reading this forever, I'll get fucking tired. Yes, I'm sure you all so incredibly noble, let me guess. Your father was in debt to 100 brothels, and your mother drugged herself senseless so she didn't have to deal with looking at you. Can you write your commentary, songbird? Whispers spread and whispers do. Has the rat never lacked for petty neighbours and bitter rivals? We must remember this. That these were delicate years for the Overlord. An accusation of treason was damning as treason itself. Something had to be done before well in the shadow of our family's guilt. Family's guilt. We came here naturally, of course. We took initiative. So any accusations could fly. We had our family driven from the city square and pillared among the masses of Kairos' unfelt. Shocked eyes of community, we interrogated them one by one, flaying their skins, tanned knives, and putting their loyalty to test. Father, mother, sister, aunts, all of them questioned, all of them found guilty. What city was this? In no tongue your ear would recognized. We called it Waterlogged Marsh. You won't find our homeland map. It's a story for another day. Tortured enemies of Kairos for the safety of the Empire. I'd hope that someone would recognize just the juiciness of our act, an uncompromising need to carve a place for ourselves outside of our unfortunate family. Were they guilty? We don't remember. Remember choosing to survive. Wiener butt. Yeah, that's why I switched. Communication has been fascinating, though. It requires the same analysis criticism as history did. Yep. Very true, by the way. Wiener butt, indeed. You see, it's where butts and wieners come together to live in harmony and peace. Now I'm thinking of my last wiener butt. Perfect. It jiggled like Santa's belly. Good thing they never watched this. I'm a bad boy. Speaking of bad boys, big shout out to anyone who hasn't seen it yet. Go and watch the Little Nas video. It's actually as good as people say it is. Fucking solid. I approve. Our devotion to Kairos was terror and pride. And I'm normally not like a fan of music, and definitely not of modern music. But you know, Old Town Road was good, and this new one's pretty good too. So I can listen to it. I also love how it pisses off the conservatives. Our devotion to Kairos was the terror and pride of our community. The sons of Nerat had grown to something greater than our family name. In time, the Archon of Misery heard tale of our deeds and invited us into a better life. House Tyranny be cleansed for treachery, done all this for advancement. Well, obviously I'm going to beat the bootlick. Truly believe so, and you're beginning to think like an Archon, which I end up doing. Said the Archon of Misery offered you a better life? He took it upon himself to be our instructor. He taught us the beauty of agony, how to slide knife just so, how to divide flesh with no mortal wounds, and how to inflict walking nightmares upon our foes. No more of our clumsy, blood-soaked efforts of spectacle, the true torture of century performance, stage for an audience of one. He made us an artist. This would sound so much better if this was Shea Gorath doing the voice. We were reverent in our work. Our names... No, he sounds like a fucking pirate now. I can't do that voice. One in the chat if you want me to keep doing the voice or not. And two, if... No, just stop it. And three, if you want the Shea Gorath voice for the rest of it. That sounds like a pirate Shea Gorath. Our name spread beyond the boundaries. No. Our name spread beyond the boundaries of the Child Empire as people whispered in private our shrieks of fear. Whole galleries were erected, display accomplishments, which were studied and interpreted by head-scratching scholars. Our talents with the blade, rope, and saw, kinky, grew so loud that Kyrus' faithful and unfaithful alike believed we could steal truth from their minds with a little more than a stare. And time, life imitated art, such the beauty of Kyrus' domain, and the remarkable reign of the mediocre, the talents recognized, nourished, and perfected. Neat. Alright, let's get on to work. Ooh, Twice Ward Parapat. I have no idea what that is. Fatebinder. Our spies report that you performed well in Bladed Grave. Amelia is safe in our keeping, and the Edict of Storms rages in glorious perpetuity, crying, stalwart to nub. Livid Ultima Matthias, the unbroken leader, most fortunate prize to fall in our hands. He has already taught us much about people and will teach us more still. War is not complete. There's something else we may provide. Critical. What's up, everyone? It's Critical here. Document a great power. The Silent Archive rests in the burning library. Oh, hear that, Landry? You get to go home. The archives said to hold many secrets, any which we can twist to our advantage. One of our gang bosses, the Censor, seeks to entrance in this queenly treasure. Aid her in the search and dispatch her back to any finding. Burning Library or Lithanian's Crossing, the choice is yours. Precious Fatebinder, do not have time to tackle all the world's problems. You are the spear that hurls at this fallen nation. Want you to have a direction. I can't wait until the remix has been modern SoundCloud rapper. What? Can't wait until the remix with some has been a modern SoundCloud rapper and some modern musical memer. Okay. Yeah, I honestly don't know. I just I kind of agree with Paul Zigo said a while back that if this age is going to produce any type of music, it might as well be mumble rap because it does feel like the music of the apocalypse. Like the music of the apocalypse afterwards will be people beating on old oil drums as they're driving around the desert looking for the last bits of fuel. But before that, it might as well just be. Square, she's on keeping, saving else, and Tetris. Tetris, the good authorities should turn the corner and finally learn to appreciate our many activities. I get the feeling you didn't send Amelia just to talk to you. Balderdash! Great game. Lost his pace to overtake matters with truth in the world simpler than you ever knew. Come now. Ooh. Here's an rat actually talking in your head. Through the power, you can't begin to understand the voice of the rat steals your mind and acknowledges his victims. You may know it happened often during the campaign against the Tears, but gained from stability beyond his apparent madness, is anyone's guess? You better directing. As that we would bring up a good company. Better that you would not concern yourself with details. Interrogation Alway. Then why do I see her head on a spike? Perhaps we spoke too soon. Really was a very willful lady. I knew he'd kill her. That's why I didn't bring Barak. We need intelligence about this favor, and he was not feeling cooperative. That's horrible. Ostic Flare has improved, Archon. Yes! appreciate audience at last. One definition of beauty is the ultimate test of the subjective. By shrugging her off warlike trappings and assuming the role of art, Uni's contribution is more poignant than she fought in 1,000 battles. Come to the baby. Child's intact and aware of her surroundings with every luxury she could desire. She sups on wet nurses with generosity deserving of a queen. We take responsibility for education upon ourselves and even order our sanest acolytes to offer her amusement. Her safety is beyond question. Ooh, you said something about Kvatch. I am immediately intrigued. I'm almost wondering if this is going to go down a patrician TV angle. Been watching his live streams a lot. He's a Shea Gorth you become. It could be worse. It's weird. Every message shows. You go through that shit in Oblivion, your own becomes someone else. Yeah, mantling. I do see that as canon. If not originally, then Todd and the rest of the group will just make it canon, and that's going to be the end of the argument. Yeah, I've always seen your character. It's kind of like Diablo. I mean, like none of the heroes in Diablo end great, including 3. Diablo's what's it called? Sanctuary. That world's always doomed. It's not a good ending, so it doesn't have to be. I mean, the Neverine goes off to Akavir. He could have been eaten, or she. What happened to the agent in Daggerfall? No one knows. In Oblivion, you end up becoming a Shea Gorath, but that could happen over the course of a few years as you increasingly go more and more crazy. You lose touch with shit. I could eventually imagine one day in Battlehorn's castle or Frostcrag Spire, you forget why you're there, and you forget why you're dressed like the champion of Cyrodiil, and you just like, now these don't look like my clothes at all. Hits his staff, and suddenly he's back in the Shivering Isles, and there he goes, back to the normal thing. It's kind of like what happens with Johnny Silverhand in Cyberpunk. Like one day you'll just forget being you and start being him. So yeah, the champion of Cyrodiil kind of has a shit ton of luck because the Aedra are fucking lame. They're so lazy. Get off their arses and do their job. That's why everyone goes to the Daedra. Daedra are the fucking badasses of that world. Except for Sithis. Sithis wins everything. And Lorcar, but yeah, he's a little bit too discombobulated right now. Your hospitality is impressive, Archon. Average favor. Voice of Narat, average favor. Damn. Yeah. We got a new level. Expect nothing less. Okay. I guess I will go back to... I guess go to the Burning Library. Karis Zedict, get the pages. Tell me about Sargonagon. No. I could probably get you more experience, but your third to know could serve for us. You come to your decision, speak to Five Toes. Yes, I got a new favor. Sure, it's like an old engine, you have to rev it up the more you do it. I think I like his Imperial Guardsman more than I like his Shea Gorath at times, because everyone always wants him to be Shea Gorath. Well, he did have good few voices. Stop! You violated the law! Of course, let's be honest here. Halt, 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 halt is probably way more ominous. The second you saw that, you were like, oh, fuck. Every character suddenly becomes like this axe-wielding guard. Let's go. This is a store. Oh, wait, no, I have to decide on, I have to decide on a decision. Well, then I'm going to go back. I'm going to go to the library, because we've been to Nathaniel's Crossing already. Scarlet Core's favorite too. Glad to see you're still alive. Coffee needs good, determined blood like yours. I think the worst Daedric Prince you'd become would be someone like Malakath, because then you have to be remembered getting eaten and brought back from the dead, and probably Namira, because she actively enjoys. She's basically the Nurgle of their world, without the disease angle, just like the decay and rot. Again, she's kind of no, no. Ooh, we got a bunch of XP doing that as well. Didn't vampires in ESO originate from a woman who was raped by Mullenbug? Yeah, yeah. They are literally the daughters of Coal Harbor are offered as basically rape toys by Mullenbug. Because he's the Lord of Domination. And what do they say about prison rape? It's not about sex, it's about power. Um, and of course, that's what he was aiming for in Coal Harbor, to dominate. And that's why he kind of respects you after you beat him in ESO, which I don't consider to be fucking lore, but it's a form of lore. The contested lands. Yeah, we get to go to a new place. Let's see. Ooh. A fucking Mordor going on here. Yeah. Sometimes that didn't mesh as well to different storylines. Like, Oblivion was very sort of tempered. Life mattered more, people were more shocked by violence, even though they had the fucking Imperial Arena. And they were going to have more arenas, at least one more in Kvatch. Which, if you got a mod, you can actually rebuild. You can rebuild Kvatch and fight in the arena. But yeah, the original world of like Cyrodiil was meant to be a jungle that was a fusion of Roman and Chinese, where like cults would worship under the moons, and you would like even the Adric gods would be fighting among themselves. It was an interesting place. Instead, what we got was Oblivion, sort of like, welcome to medieval world, you know. Our favorite Fatebinder. Ooh, wow, I got lots of favor on this front. We hope this finds you victorious, bloody soaked, and thoroughly trembling as you spill no glorious. You enjoy company of our little verse. Her dance never fails to inspire in the most pleasant way. Quivers, send your thanks. Inquire. Show her signs of the reverse. She'll know what they mean. Okay, so I'm gonna show. Ooh. Okay. So I'm gonna take this missive back to verse, but I mean, I just took her out of the party. I'm not gonna bring her back in.
You might want to look at this.
Where? I see nothing. Okay. Bloodhound. Sages are a crafty lot. They never stay in one place for too long. Can use someone like you in the game, Fatebinder. Maybe you'll actually finish it. Oh, so he's breaking the fourth wall? Nice. Twisted man leans over two forms of the ground, one robed figure covered in bruise and a soldier, hardly burned, lying motionless to the side. Welcome you properly, Fatebinder, but our hands are full. Absentmindedly lick drops of blood from his fingers. If you're here on business, you should speak to our leader, the censor who tends to the east in the library. Our troops are making great progress in the ruins below. Could benefit from your assistance. I know how it looks to you about compliance to one's law. If you don't mind, I'm eager to resume my work. Okay, well, so long as it's some compliance with Tuon's law, that's all that matters. On the plus side, I get some Bleast Blood pollen. Yay, I get to loot corpses.
Can't do that.
They'll keep Landry throughout the entirety of the game. Like, I'll always keep him in the party. Might regret it because he's not all that strong, but he's good at buffing. The bloodletting is legendary. The censor will be honored to receive you. So where is this censor? Especially here, because this is like Landry's old home, so he should have something to say on it. In fact, beforehand...
One moment, my friend. Just let me finish.
Okay, that didn't...
One moment, my...
current matters.
Of course. How can I help?
The region we're in.
This place was home for a very, very long time. Lots of memories. Not sure what you want me to discuss. Of course. How can I help?
That's all he's got to say? Fuck. If it isn't the fate binder of QAnon. Unexpected surprise, I'm a censor and welcome to my camp. It's good to see a familiar face. Sadly, we can't entertain you properly at the moment. You've come at a very busy time for me. We're making a bold push to explore the library's depth. However, before we finish our presentations, what are you here? I do appreciate being questioned, Censor. I'm Tuon's Fate Binder. I need no excuses or invitations. Bled and Mark aimed average favor. Of course, Fate Binder. My apologies. Seem like proclivity of bluntness got the better of me. Again, welcome. Rat has retrieved knowledge from the ruins here. Ah, you meant the silent archive. Hope they retrieve it already to avoid such a problem. Fortunately, we have finished our search yet. Well, to find it, you should know that it's not as easy as you think. Just walk around taking. Seems that tricky sages were afraid if someone might want to take their precious archives and hit a barrier, arcane, impenetrable. Real shame how many men we lost through rebounding spells. So my men are looking for the passcode to get beyond it. We don't know how many parts there are. It's somewhere inside the library. Not every scholar has been able to find the pieces of art, and I anyway. Nearby sage, he stands with his head bowed in shame. To give one some incentive, made a game out of it. Typical course, not a shred of subtlety, or you always come and run rogue shot over the thing, pay and torture using the game, atrocious. There's just people don't understand how to properly motivate their underlings. Don't keep them busy, they have a hard time to plan, that's never good. I could also betray the alliance, but I like how you get constant choices, but I think the good opportunity for that is long gone. Your sage is working with you. How did you manage that? Of course, move by persuasive. Yeah, what's about the Edict of Fire? I mean, I believe the Silent Archive, the Heart of Vellum Citadel, was never destroyed. That's true. It would explain the Edict is ongoing. Okay, so it has to keep going until everything's burnt down. Alright. Silent Archive. So much reading. Yeah. So Scar to our team who dispatched down to the ruins library, each with some sage serving as guide. Team completes a passcode, gets through the barrier, and gains access to Silent Archive, a Scorian wall. Only one allowed to succeed. If you wish to join the merry hunt, get another team. Okay. Lord, did you just imply to a fate binder you tend to retain all the knowledge of the Silent Archive? Good, because that would be evil. Oh, Siren doesn't like the sound of this. But fuck it, I'm doing it. Fatebinder, why are you considering playing this insane game? You only further the cause of Scar course. Why? Because I sided with them. It's what makes us strong fighters. Can you not see the adversity helps you grow? Excellent. Normally would ask you to provide your honesty and loyalty to course, but see nowhere else is shown. Free to enter. Let's ask favor. You assistant Foul Murmur has something he needs done. I know where he is. Come on. Run, run, run as fast as we can. Don't forget to like and share and subscribe. We have links below to Discord and Twitter and even Streamlabs if you want to help us reach our goal. Do capture, subdue the most surviving sages. Don't escape the library rather than their door refactor leader. Make sure her remaining sage don't get any ideas. So may have it. One of patrols picked up this one. He's rather poor conversational so far. Be careful though, Fate Binder doesn't have much left of him. You're going to try and get some information. As for me, I could use a break. Interrogation is starting to work. Too many one-sided conversations, as you can find camp if you need them. Okay. Sage is clearly suffered a hand of captors. Burn marks over his legs and shoulders. Yeah. We have good tiers with the sages, so how could I find Retina? Ooh. Alambani, Dragnut, and Black Eye Watch. None disgust me as much as Garius George Yared. Watching his fat face kit the middle-aged hooker scared me. I do not know who that is. Please post it in channel suggestions on Discord if you are a member, and I would be very curious to have a look at it. I have not watched a episode of any of those in a long while. And if it is, it's normally a live stream directed towards like Shani or Rev or G-Man or some one of the more classic ones. So I am curious to see if a new LOL cow. If you think you can get this information, you're welcome to try. Under Foliant, we have lost. To come of Archive Fortress, numbers to clean what was. It's an effort not to be wasted. You must help us meet with any and all sages still alive and kicking. I found amnesty by working Fatebinder here. You help us to could stop living as prey. There's even our talk of us being allowed to restore some of our old writings. We play nice, but if you keep resisting, we can't help you with the rest of our brothers and sisters. Naturally, you would be arguing to surrender long before Karis' fortune. It was a stupid plan then, it's a stupid plan now. Sage, you've been punished enough. There's mercy for those who might cooperate. Yay! Last we traded missives, she was laying low in effigy. She's probably still there. Now do I go? So what do we do now? Do we go back here or do we go up to effigy? Alright. I guess we go over to effigy then. Effigy. 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 So yeah, this week we're going to be doing a lot of stuff every day. This is today. There's effigy. When the embers of burning parks were starting across the contested lands, while fire erupted and devastated the region, local referred as effigy to the frequent fires seen there. Cool. Effigy. Yeah. So today is Tyranny. Tomorrow is pre-sequel. It's on the schedule. You'll find the link of it in the description under schedule. I'm doing that again. Because guess what? I should. What the fuck?
Interesting.
Very interesting. A bow and a scroll.
You have no hope.
The fuck is that?
Words would cause more harm than this useless weapon.
That attack worked. A well-placed hit. Double on that. Useless.
There we go. Oh, I was listening to her sing.
I got it.
Yay. I don't know who the hell they were. Ooh, Cowl of Disbelief. Beast Blood. Landry still hasn't gotten a new weapon yet. We should change that. Is that a shield? Yeah. Posted in channel suggestions, you made a laugh emoji on it. Bunch of timestamps. Be sure to post them as a comment on the video to make it easier for. Did I? Shit, I'm sorry. Might have been drunk when I posted that. When I looked at that. As such, I was, you know, not bringing my A game. Is that a staff? It's accessory. What the fuck? Oh, it's 3 resolve. Okay. There. Steadfast insignia, renowned ability. Okay. Alright, let's have a look at Landry's weapons. Weapons. Iron javelin. One-handed throwing weapon. Two-handed. Need a one-handed throwing weapon. That's obviously stronger than this bronze throwing dagger. I don't think I have anything else. One-handed. One-handed, 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 none one-handed throwing. That makes me kind of pissed. Whatever. You should shut up now. Well, I'll watch that anyway and be like, oh yeah. Just can't do it now.
This'll be fun.
Actually, hold on. We have to read the chat, but give me a second. I can bring it up on my Discord and just have a look. Discord. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I remember this dude. Yeah, my bad. That was all me, baby. That was all me. Sunder, Sunder, Sunder.
Will do. On my command. I'm enjoying this a bit too much.
Tell me who the mother these motherfuckers are. Are they disfavored?
We should try that again.
What are you doing here, betrayer? I have nothing to say to you. A captive is favored at my mercy. I can't pass up this opportunity. Marek's blackened spear, two-handed. Shattered iron sword. Heavy iron gloves. Leather gloves. Okay, so let's see. This is effigy. Oh, there's a house, something over here. Let's go kill them all. Ooh, a bronze ingot and a scroll. Hell yeah.
Sorry, I can't.
Releases a horrific stench in the air, peeling into rotten fruits and grains. Now someone's trying to make wine. Yeah, all these are different ways out of the town. Where? Don't tell me I wasn't meant to come here. Oh, encountering the burning library. Side the road ahead of you you espy a cart. You espy a cart. The vehicle is abandoned with one wheel broken free of its axle. 7 crates and sacks remain piled in a small wagon. A pair of boxes rest on grass beside it. Roast a cart. As you approach, you see that the cart boasts 4 wheels, or did before the back left one long leather tack, harness for a beastman hauler. One of the crates that fell to the ground broke open along its edge, and fruit to be spilled out. Loot the cart. Examine the cart. You immediately notice the sundered hauled harness, acting as a bladed weapon, broke wheel 2, apparently a consequence of accidental human endeavour, sparing dark dried blood across the boards. Imminent attack. Prepare for an attack. Surely enough, you make out flickers of movement through the brush. Ambush the ambushers. Nice. Even the cart behind you crashed in underbrush, diving tears. Salted tearsmen, the battered leathers, and mismasked bronze. You mistakenly believed they could get the drop on you. No. But we got nothing. Like, that didn't change anything. Okay, so that was clearly the wrong answer. But we still slaughtered them. Nice.
To battle! Anyone else want some of this?
Snapshot.
My wisdom is finally catching up to my
Okay. Bronze sword. Nightfall Cascade. And hired hands boots. I'm getting plenty of loots anyway. Sentinel armor. And some blood moss. Okay, we can level her up now. She's going to be our main magic user, so how about we... reducing speed of her songs and causing her reducing speed of her songs causing her stands last longer. Okay. Nice. Right. Shall we keep on going? Let's. A cart. Chaladansi and Agat. That's like the name of a fucking Pokemon. Caladonsi or whatever. Anyway, tomorrow I think is the pre-sequel Borderlands, and then Wednesday we got Dirt Cobain. Finally, we pinned him down. We're going to do that around about 11. Then on Thursday, I think, is the Outer Worlds. Friday is, of course, Bearded Ramblings. We got Lush Gaming's actually showing up for this one. She made a genuine mistake in this forgetting. We still don't have another guest. I'm asking around. I've asked one or two people. If need be, if we don't have anyone by Wednesday, I'll get somebody in. And Saturday, Age of Empires 3, the definitive edition. We're going to have a look at that and see how well that holds up compared to the other one.
Can't.
I've been playing a few games of it so far, and it's yeah, it's the same game. In fact, in some ways, I think it looks a little uglier, but we'll get to that. And then on Sunday, we have, because it's a new month, Skyrim, 12 hours. I've taken care of Retina. Good, Kairos. Need tail, course, rewards. Continue our work in peace now.
It's a tough job being so remarkable all the time.
Well, somebody's full of herself. Okay. So, she now can get Gravelight. Of course, tide casting is what you want. After all, that's her main thing. She uses water. Like damage, recover time. No, that's not actually all that good. Not all that good. Runic Barrier. And that's what she normally wears. Okay. Now we can go and do the main quest with the sensor, right? No? Alright, I guess we go inside. Big booba. Big booba. You know your booba? They're big. You get them in your face. You roll around in them. Oh no, not a puzzle. Passageway has been blocked by a magnetic field. Isn't clear. This is what happens when masters of warding magic compete notes for centuries. Regular doors and boring locks fall out of fashion. The Edict of Fire done us a favour and burned away these barriers, but we were not so lucky. Sequence to lower the barriers, but custom and paranoia dictates the sage use different sequence every day. Guessing whoever set this one up is long gone. I'd be dead. For something else that might help. What a smart idea. I see you got something like that from my room. Oh yeah, this looks so much easier than just having a lock. Kairos' edict is transforming the floor into molten fire. Oh, so the floor is literally lava. Look around his eyes wide. I almost didn't recognize it. This is where we made parchment. These be dozens of hides stretched out enormous drying racks, filthy piles of goat hair, vats for rendering fat. Quite a busy workshop we had going. It happens to smell like diseased pigs defecating on burning goats. That I don't miss. Oh, and I'm sure this smells better. No sulfur. Sulfuric acid. Real acid. Oh.
Look how it glows. You know you want to take a closer look. Do it.
This book contains a number of distinctive symbols and phrases that are repeatedly multiple times. Copy the phrases to keep a record of them. Okay. Andrew saying, looking over your shoulder at the scrap apartment. It's really part of the passcode. Need to bypass the power of protecting the Certain Archive. I haven't been excited since I learned of my first sigil. Truth is, all my decades of Venom Citadel never once set anywhere near the archive. Through amounts of heat for tense lower floors.
That section up ahead doesn't look as damaged as the rest of the place.
Ink stirring pole. And an opal. Not the cars. Booba. All hail Booba. And all hail Quack. Quack. Ooh, iron boots. So we got our first rune. Okay. Our first sigil.
Can't do that.
Scrolls here are blank. It looks like they were stored here along with the implements and ingredients to make ink. Okay. So, here is round number 1, apparently.
See? Every once in a great while, things are easier than I expect. Though I doubt any other barriers are going to be this easy to bypass. Keep that phrase. This is a good sign. If they had not secured the Silent Archive, they wouldn't have bothered to leave passcodes for any returning sages.
Why did they think this place was going to be returned? Look at it! It's fucking Pompeii! And how exactly do you think we're going to get away? The exasperated voice asked. Center's right outside the door. How did you get here in the first place? Talk to me. I'll talk to you. What up? Fat Olsen. No, it's not Olsen, is it? It's Ulston. Haggard man sat in the middle of the group, addressing them through clenched teeth in a laundry room, almost completely ignoring him. If you can't get in line, I swear I'll leave the burn to the ground. Do you want that? Just listen to me. We'll get it out here. I brought some tact, glowing parchment. Did my ears deceive, or you just question my actions? Bled Mark, who is watching you at all times. Very fascinating. He's like the Darth Vader of Kairos. No, what he meant was odd to meet you here. Glances at his men, he restrained laughter at his expense. Forgive me, Fatebinder. Figured Sensor said you check up. Don't worry, we'll be here first group to get through the barrier and find the Silent Archive. Of course you will. A disorganized group of malcontents about a man who can't even control them. Some real competition, I tell you. I'll be surprised to make it out of this room, let alone the archive. Sorry, Mr. Siren. Didn't know you were here. Didn't mean to imply it in my spirit to you. In the heat, the fools, they're scared as baby beastmen. Baby beastmen. Guild Apprentice, I don't have. What exactly do you do here? Dress groups. You people are pathetic. Leader give you an order and I suggest you follow it before you get trouble. You're being held back by these louts. Wouldn't you rather press forward? Let's go with athletics. I don't have high enough subterfuge. Shit. Men recalled from your words. Mumble half-hearted apologies before walking deep in the library. Yep. Get to work there, minions. Set off those traps for me. Booba, man. Booba.
Found something.
Ah,
Trouble is afoot.
see what I mean? Healing item. You should heal up now. Yes. Get it? Trouble is afoot because we stepped on it. We have fun here at Low Energy Videos. But one thing that isn't fun is the George Floyd trial that's going on right now. This is going to be that. This is going to be this generation's O.J. Simpson trial, and I guarantee you, it's going to end up not making anyone happy. Seriously, if they gave that cop over to be lynched to death by a gang of angry BLM protesters, it wouldn't make anyone happy for obvious reasons. But if he gets off scot-free, it won't make anyone else happy either. So, Gaptooth, there's someone out here. Tell them to get their asses in here. Get your asses in here. Gaptooth. Gaptooth. Oh, good old Gaptooth. Is that a +3 battle axe in your pocket, or you're just happy to see me? Can't I do both? Can't I have both? Can't I have the world's biggest... Can't I have Looney Tunes style pockets where I can just reach in and pick up anything I want, including my dick? Push wall, athletics. Use ink pole. That's interesting. I didn't know that would be a tool, but then I get more experience by pushing it. Fate Binder strong.
Huh.
Where's the trap? Where is it? You spotted it. Where is it? There it is. Well, I found it anyway. A rough-looking woman stands in the gap made by a broken wall. Turn to address you as you approach. So the censor didn't trust 4 groups to get what she wanted and set another one. More groups. Talk about excessive force. For Cairo's sake, I'm still just a library. I'm not going to get up and walk away. We have time to get to the archive. 4 groups, what do you mean? Yeah, I know that. Tell me more about the archive. Well, we're just going to pass through. As if we planned on being victorious here. May not be our biggest concern right now. We have to cross blades at some point. You do realize I'm a fucking demigod at this point? Gaptooth. You could always try to get drop on Numbly. Does he even know you're here? If you wait here, I'll deal with it. No, let's do... Yeah. True, I'm sure he doesn't know we're right behind him. Not a bad idea, sneak up behind him. Out of the contest. Get a slaughtering, lads. Get a slaughtering each other. For my pleasure, for I am evil. Mwahaha. Nice. Sigil of Strength, 2. Whoa. Picked up a burnt missive and another scroll. Okay. This seems like a stable place to send men into. Fucking Mount Doom over here. I'm not sure anyone can really change until the old world racists that I've straightened on. Yeah, but they'll pass their information. I mean, look at John Doyle. Like, I'm older than him, but he's already like fantasizing about what the 50s were like. There's a new generation, and they're going to skewer things to make it work. Don't forget, old racists were young racists at one point. It's a generation that will keep on happening, keep on changing. You need to get to the root cause of it. Inequality, but they're the ones that want to keep that inequality. And hell, you also got to address serious problems. I think probably one of the hardest ones to grasp is what happens when you run across like a Jesse Lee Peterson or a G-Man or Candace Owens. It muddies the water a bit. That's not... I know you could take that out of context, but everyone knows what the fuck I mean when I say that. when you've got a pick-me like Blair White, when you have a former liberal turned conservative like who was that woman who was obsessed with knitting? It's with B. Yeah, whatever. Like, you've got people who make it their whole world just to spite the status quo of what is expected of, like, the left. And hell, the left's got its own problems. Gatekeeping assholes. Look what happened to Lindsay Ellis. Fuck that noise. And they're openly admitting they're doing it just because they didn't like Lindsay and they want to have a little bit of power back. Fuck off. Lindsay's done more to convince people to get open up their minds, look at things more subjectively than they could ever do. No, this is a huge war with so many moving parts. That's why while culture war is important, it's not the most important thing, but it definitely is something that needs to be addressed. And after Trump got elected and all those right-wingers start springing up in Europe, including Ireland, Ireland is starting to really notice a backlash of right-wingers. What would communists call them? Reactionaries. You know, they're reacting to the revolution. But, you know, we might be winning the war overall, but we're going to take far more lumps than we need. Then there's other shit. But I'm going to go on a tangent if I keep on doing it. Honestly, I'm just surprised as you are until we meet again. Unless you want to die, it's just... Of course, good health. Until we meet again. Oh, she's going to try to jump us. I still lose my shit when I recall you telling the Stormcloaks you're going to be a Republic and you're going to lie. And not just that, you're not going to have an ethno-state and you're going to like it, you know? Really want to get technical. I've been hearing arguments that the NCR is kind of communist. Again, that's mostly from Patrician TV, and he does it. You know, he does it just to freak out the stands, the NCR stands. But they're not communists. They're not good old fashioned capitalists either. That's Mr. House. But oh god, this world is so divided, atomized. I believe is the correct term for it. Yes, we disarmed it. That's what I want to say.
Will do.
That there's so many factions within factions within factions within factions. But you gotta give them credit. The right tends to organize more productively than on the left. The left's good at agitating. The left's very good at making a stink. That stink tends to go nowhere unless the middle of the road parties that be kind of jump on it as well. Ooh, a fight.
We have company.
Get a smashy. The quickening. Damn, Jesus, yeah, that's 2 quickenings right now.
Yes.
Pain essence. Skrell. River lava flows around the island, made a huge cracked piece of floor. Destruction seems more widespread down here. Yeah, it would be. You know. Okay, my character could make that jump, but how the fuck could Landry? He's like 60. Ooh. Blood Enchanter's staff. Blood Enchanter's spine. Sigil of emotion? What's it do? 10% controls emotion. Quality fire. Okay, that seems interesting. I should also give these guys some upgrades on their armor. Not too crazy. Cowls of Disbelief. He's got better accuracy with it and 0.4 recovery. 10% magical defense? Yeah. It also looks like an old powdered wig. Oh no, it's a turban. Arabian Nights. Like Arabian days. I should also check my armor as well. Bloodhound leathers. Let's compare that to these. Nobleman's tunic? No. Nobleman's tunic? No. Scale armor? No. Ooh, no. 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 What's this? Ooh, yes. And boots. Let's see. I want to keep those boots because they've got magic reflection. They just reflect all spells sent at you. But not buffs, I noticed. Which is pretty cool. Iron boots. Iron boots, iron boots, iron boots. Okay, so give him his armor. Scholar's boots. Disengagement, defection. I'll leave them as they are. He's got unique armor anyway. So does she. So does she. Oh shit. Alright, let's give her the accessory then. Damn. I'm sure that did something. I lost respect for Lulbert in general when I saw them being buddies with the alt-right just to trigger the libs. Yeah, there's still a lot of people from the older time in the internet where it was all just a big song and dance. I haven't really realized this shit can move mountains now. Even though fascism is totally opposed to their ideology. Petty as fuck, but then I'm petty myself. Yeah, I mean, pettiness can be focused. It's like, you know, those people who complain like the end justifies the means. And then they're like, well, no, that's not how that works. Sometimes it doesn't matter. Like, if you give money to charity because it makes you feel good, okay, that's a selfish angle, but you still give money to charity. You know, someone's got to benefit for that. It's true that that might not always be the case, but alright, that'll look like it'll have to do. But for the most part, you know, you can do things for your own selfish reasons. Like, I was actually thinking Mr. Beast has helped a lot of people, but he's doing it to help his channel as well.
Look here.
Oh, what? Where? Where's the thing? The thing! Controlling lightning. Okay, I don't think any of my characters know how to cast lightning. Guess I can give her it. Okay. I'm still not seeing any new sigils.
Stupid edict ruining the whole place. I used to know my way around. Feels so old.
Yeah, well, that's what you get for siding with the guy who, or girl, who literally does this.
Have a look here.
Trap.
I'm on 'em.
Disarm. a cherry. Oh, Ulysses tells the courier that the tunnelers will eventually reach the Mojave, which is the third, fourth main faction. New Vegas can repel them, so they're gonna live in the woods. I think the NCR could, because the tunnelers would have a hard time out in the glaring sun of the regular Mojave, but they'd be a huge problem, like a city of Deathclaws or mutants, you know? Like, they'd be another factor to terrorize the wasteland. Just because it's ultimately selfish does not mean it's a bad thing. Yep, selfishness can be one of the great motivators. And let's be honest here, throughout history, it has been the great motivator.
I got it. Sounds like that hurts.
There we go. Now, obviously, if you lose your focus and just do things completely for selfish things, well, obviously, then that's pretty shitty. True grifting, which is hard to pin down these days because everyone has a different interpretation. Let me think of a good example. I suppose Tim Pool would be a good example of a true grifter. Something tells me he doesn't believe half of what he says. But, especially now with those weird tweets he's been putting out, that being like base as fuck, but to what end? Is he just trying to confuse us because it's working? I bet now he'll be like, see, I'm a friend of the working class and all that shit. That which could actually very well be what he's aiming for. Wait, it says I have a point, but I don't. Oh, right, it's Landry. Okay. More lore, please. Let's give him more magic. What is the magic-centric one with me being the only heavy hitter? Oh, shit. I always forget this. You get 2 things. Oh, well, stealth? No, I don't really do stealth. Reduce the cooldown covering while using Quill Strike, Quill Flurry, and Quill Storm. Yes, please. But no, people like Tim or Blair White, who the more you look at her, the more you're like, oh wow, I think this woman needs therapy. But a lot of what she says, I don't think she believes. I think she just knows that the right will eat it up, so she has to say it. Tuna or albacore tuna better? I didn't read that whole part. Let me have a gander. I might have to lower the font scale, you know? Mustard, egg, toast, iron, butter. Ooh, at least we're having a good conversation here. Then I'm petting myself. Just because I'll be selfish. Do you like yellowfin tuna or albacore tuna? Probably. Oh, God. I think the one I eat the most is. I think it's yellowfin. I know it's not bluefin because that costs a fortune. Gotta build a nice little hut out away from people and enjoy nature before passing away. Right or 40-50. I just want to enjoy nature before nature passes away. I've been replaying a lot of Cyberpunk and oh god, the world is such a disaster. You can't go swimming because the water's fucking toxic. Unless you're like in a suit. Most of the animals have died off. You overhear people saying that they miss fucking pigeons. Fucking pigeons, man. Cockroaches are just everywhere. To the point where I'm surprised they don't use them as food.
Have a look here.
Ooh. Unraveler's Cane. Landry, what do you have for your second one here? No, it's probably better actually if I give... No, I'll give... Yeah, I haven't upgraded this one. This one is Garld of Entropy, and this one is Okay. Um, Unraveler's Cane. Control Atrophy, Annihilation, 25 to critical damage multiplier. Okay. So it debuffs characters. Nice. Let's compare it. Which is stronger? 910, 910. Oh, it's the same base stats. But this one is just better as a rule, so fuck it. Who are you then? Bone Whittler. Maybe my corpse gets scavenged by coyotes or some buzzard. Yeah, eventually your body will return to the earth. Unless you die in the desert, then that'll take a long while. Unless the coyotes and buzzards. That's a shame because she's a fine trans woman. Not as fine as Sophia Visa, though. I'm not really into trans women unless they're post-op, because there's nothing wrong with this, and fuck the super straight meme troll thing. But I don't like dick. But pre are still women. I just don't want to have sex with them after they get it. Maybe. I've actually talked to some trans women in like really intimate settings and at bars, and then like in quiet sort of verandas. I had a really great night out with one in London a few years back. We nerd talked until the sun came up. My throat was raw from just laughing. And through the night I was like, if it goes this way, are you going to be okay with this? And I was like, yeah, I'm okay with this. Didn't turn out that way, but it was just a really nice night. But as for Blair, yeah, Blair's all about self-hate. She's just 100% self-hating. I think Voss said it best. She really is the last one into the oven by helping the others, you know? That's why when she had that interview with John Doyle and the one who knitted, like I said, and the crazy blonde woman, the sender, who believes like in Jewish debt raising, like she just ripped her apart. Like she ripped Blair apart, and Blair did nothing because Blair's the good one, Blair's the quiet one, Blair is the pick-me girl. Fuck that noise. That poor woman. Plus, apparently she altered her political compass test because the stuff she picked when it came out was apparently very left-wing, and she had to alter it to say, "Oh, I'm kind of center right." Oh, okay, no. Tons of people confirmed that afterwards she got like left, and then she's like, "Oh no, we can't do that. We can't do that. We can't let them know I'm secretly talking out of my ass." It goes for aesthetic point. I'm sorry. Anyway, so Bone Whittler, awfully cute of you to try to sneak up us to a well-lit room. He giggles and points to you right there. He laughed. He stops. Since it goes from ecstatic to petulant. I'm sorry, I didn't forget to conveniently glance somewhere else. I wonder how you might go. So here's new blood come to fear at the first. That you last long. The man spread a jagged toothed grin and wrung his tongue around the front of his teeth. He stared at you while he does. Is this supposed to be doing something for me? Should I care? Thais, I don't care about this contest. I don't even care if I leave. Censor gave me a wonderful playground. For high hopes of making our pieces intact. If Censor wants to be a challenge, should have sent people more to drive. Any of you want this man to find a cell in the archive? Because I don't. Oh shit! That was unique. So if you try to convince the sage, okay. Our sage knows a place, helps obey or die. Short-sighted fool. This is how you act tough. Discard decades of learning, study. Even the voice in the rat would not be offended by this needed waste for such a valuable slave. I agree, Fatebinder. No love for sages, but this man's a maniac. Deprived Scarlet Course. His help would be beneficial. Yep. Good. I did a chase. A man after my own heart. Okay. Let's start. Use Sunder on him. Use Quickening on the team. Use Arcane Missile on him. And she's already singing a song. Okay, so I guess just also attack.
Just give me the signal.
Just everyone jump on this motherfucker. Yeah. Oh yeah, I love that attack. She surrounds you in water, and your head in water, and you basically just suffocate.
Wait, I did that?
Let's sing them a little something.
Oh shit! Look at me throwing a rock.
I got it.
Nice. I've been with 2 pre-ops. I just ignore the dick, but I'm into femboys, so I'm not entirely heterosexual. That's fair enough, man. You do you. If you're comfortable, if it's consensual. It's just not something... That's something I'm into. Which I know there are people out there who go, oh, that makes you transphobic. Not really. It makes me biased, I guess. But... yeah, I'm okay. I'm okay with on that front. What's the most you can drink in one night? Oh, God. The thing is, I drink so slow these days. The night becomes day. One Christmas, I drank an entire crate of beer and 2 bottles of wine. That was over a 12-hour period. I was a little bit jarred, but I can do more than that. It's just spirits. My stomach really can't handle spirits as well as other drinks. Wine, a little less. I can handle it a little bit more. Beer is where I am. It's easy on the stomach. It's not easy on the bladder. Never ends, does it? You're fine. Little blood comes with the territory, but you need to keep quiet or I won't be able to get this done right. Thank you. I appreciate your help even with the trouble we cause you. Sages aren't nearly bad as we like to believe. What are you planning to do? We are both trapped here with those chorus members right on one side and the rubble on a certain shape of fight. Seem quite a bind. Attack them both. I'm not here to finish your job, but the Scholar Chorus, no, you're right, Spirit. You're not worth killing. Already gone, the way is safe. Hey, got 500 rings. Nice. Yeah, more lore. Whee! Of course, when I was younger, I used to get drunk quicker, so I used to knock it back faster. Like on 3 drinks minimum on Wednesday with Dirt, I'll be drinking beer. He apparently has been drinking liquor. Below, use a sweeping view of some of the shelves in the main library.
Our home is broken, school shattered, but many of the preservation magics are still intact. Our handiwork endures.
Handiwork. Essen mein Handy. Essen mein Handy. Essen mein Handy. I know what exactly I did there.
Where we'd socialize. And by that, I mean we'd drink till we forgot geometry.
Well, yeah. You were students after all. Yeah, I'd say about... On Wednesday, I'm planning to pick up maybe like 12 cans and maybe 2 bottles of something good. And that should do me, especially because I'm starting so late. But I'll be drinking that until like 7 in the morning. The thing is, I can do that every day.
Powerful warding magic keeps this place intact.
And that's what I mean. Like, I can drink like...
Who knows how long it will hold?
If I have enough money for 7 days worth of drink, I will drink for 7 days, so long as there isn't anything important to do besides. Which is the key thing there. Like, if I've got something else I need to do, the money won't be touched. Unless I think I can get away with it. And sometimes I'm wrong.
More tallies to the body count.
Smashy.
Enjoying this a little too much.
Smashy, smashy, smashy. Phantom Bolt. Woo! There we go. Bloodstone and alchemy supplies. Ow. Well, that was embarrassing. And pretty harmful, but your health restores when you're not in combat. Dusty Missive? Oh. Oh, shit! That has some law. That has some to do with the trial against the 2 Archons. Okay. I don't know which is the new one. Bypass all those issues. Yeah, fucking boof that shit. Or do it out of Kevin Perry and go large and just drink the bottle directly into your eyeball. Gets it into you faster, you know? Let's see. Yeah, it's stupid woke skull thing to say you can't help what you're attracted to, and yes, I was concerned this is maybe not entirely legal in Minecraft. Bypass all that issues, start butt chugging your booze. Well, if you want to see me butt chug some booze on Bearded Ramblings, that's not going to happen. But we will eventually get that 100 up, and when that happens, I'm going to get myself a bottle of champagne. I don't know what Krendar is getting. He doesn't know yet. But I do know that I am gonna pick up the bottle and some beer on the side, because a bottle of champagne is a good starter, but I mean, you're gonna need more than just one. Champagne drunk is particularly fun because it makes you really giddy as well. I think it's all the carbonation. Close to the Siren Archive, please tell me I'm not giving up yet. You, behind you. Oh, here we go. Oh no, Gaptooth betrayed us. Who'd have thunk it? I have much as crew left, but I will die before you first. You told me this instead of just jumping into a fight. Okay, Gaptooth. Never trust a woman with gap teeth. Wait for it! Yes! I love that animation. Magic in this world is highly unstable to the point where they will literally blow up sometimes. They're like fucking orc weird boys. The animation in this game is so well done. We have everything? No, we don't have everything yet. Maybe more down here? No. I have to say though, this game's not really combat heavy. It's far more dialogue heavy. Room is mysterious, untouched by destruction, ripped to the rest of the library apart. Scrolls completely undisturbed and intact on the shelves. Okay. Nothing here. Alrighty. Let's go up this again, I guess. I'm still short on a few sigils. I'm looking forward to getting drunk on Wednesday. I got very drunk last week over a course of a few days. Between bearded ramblings, I had a bottle of vodka, some wine. It was all very alcohol based, and I was happy. That's why, and while I can't stand the man, him having like all those keystones every day, it really isn't all that much. I suppose for his old decrepit ass, it starts creeping up on him, but I only had 14.
Can't do that.
Yeah, well, how long did it take you to drink them? 2 hours? Alright, yeah, that's definitely... Ooh, that's new. Let's go and have a look. It's very complicated, this map. It's pretty, though. As always, folks, remember to like, share, and subscribe. We'll be streaming for some time yet. Unless there's a technical issue. Chatting before. Appears to be some kind of ramp underneath lava. There's no way of knowing what was immediately bursting the flames. Okay. Also, don't forget to check out Discord, Streamlabs, and Twitter. Yes, Twitter. Gotta go fucking Khajiit. Twitter, good, yes. Oh, okay. We've already been here. Do I have to go through every single shelf now? See what one I missed? $40K! I'll be getting back to playing... Ooh, this is new. I'll be getting back to playing Dawn of War, the original games. Pretty damn soon. Soulstorm. I got the DLC, not the DLC, the mod for Soulstorm Total Annihilation, but it doesn't do anything to the campaign, which is kind of lame. I want it. You're gonna get us out here. You're gonna join your friends and and our fearless leader. Told you don't know anything about this place, and if we did, it's not like I have a map of it in condition. Be more convincing what's going on here. Attack the Scarlet Chorus. Looks like some tip back to this. Some of the odds. Attack everyone. Leave. I'm gonna kill the Scarlet Chorus. No one will know. He might be able to help us.
This is embarrassing.
Any of them have more sigils? No? No sigils? No sigils. I want my... And I also want to get back to playing Battlefleet Gothic, because once that's finished, I'll get my hands on Battlefleet Gothic 2. Now there's a game. Battlefleet Gothic 2. The soundtrack alone is fucking badass. Woo! There we go. Hey! Looks like the final piece. I can't fucking believe it. I'm gonna see the Cell Dark live. Keep it together, Lantry. You're gonna find yourself in a heart spasm. Takes a swig from a vial of ink in his bandolier. Okay, so we now can actually access that door. This one here. Solid. Yeah, no. Wait. To quote the late great Duke Nukem, where is it? How do I get back there? I think I used this. We'll also be going back to Stronghold down the line. We'll also be going back to, I don't know, I'll boot up some old games I never got around to finishing. Hey, hey! Oh, shit. There we go. Ooh, scrolls. Scrolls.
I can't.
More scrolls. Ooh. You can access more from the library. That's Bloodstone. Sigil of the Timeless Form. Okay, cool. So, that puzzle wasn't actually all that bad. Like, these puzzles aren't really that complicated. They're just puzzles. Silent Archive. Damn. This is, interesting. But we're not going down there yet. I'm gonna explore this whole room. Hello? Ooh, look at that strut. The sensor. While I assumed it would be you to emerge as victor in the game, I must say I'm a little disappointed you were able to dispatch all my men so readily. Fear of death is a great motivator, but causing death seems to motivate you a little more. Guess I have to show more discerning eye in my recruiting. Although I suppose a little too soon to celebrate, you have to retrieve the Silent Archive. Density of the magic must have taken and ensured the preservation of the scroll. It's rather assuming that you think about it. Must have stopped all the burning from collapsing, but it couldn't stop the edict or the Scarlet Chorus or the Scratch Department. They're going to lose anyway. You have won the game, Fightbinder. Fire me to take my glory from you. Claim the prize. Up to this point, I could give your actions because they were still led to the death of course. Doing this for Narat, it's unforgivable. Be quiet, Siren. I do not answer to anyone for my actions. I'm sorry, Siren. Sometimes we must do horrible things to bring peace.
I got it.
I shouldn't have brought Siren into this one. Obsidian fragment. Nice.
Found something.
Look at all this money. The Staff of Hours. Distortation. Slowing the sound. Your power has increased. You've acquired the Staff of Hours. Another Chronicler's Eye. Ooh, this place is money. I should go back to Lathander's Crossing and get my hands on more of it. By the way, this close to lava, your clothes and your hair would catch on fire. First Sage R1's directives. I'm guessing that's like, hey, you know that big scroll we have? Don't lose it, okay? Altar sits in the middle of a lake of lava and is crusted by ritual braziers. The body of the sages who gave their lives are surrounding it.
Consider it done.
Landry, you should be the one. Examine the scroll. A nimbus of magical energy surrounds the scroll, which levitates above the central platform. You can see characters upon a parchment. They seem to shift from one language to the next. Amazing. I expect this is more the Sarn Larcloud simple vault. Extraordinary. Represent thousands of scholarly works. Examine the magical aura around the scroll. It's the only thing that's keeping the burning library standing. I already figured that. Read the scroll. Parchment surface is possible to read, ever shifting, convoluted. These characters from Old Verdant, Richard, Courtier, Northern Empire was transformed into words using nomadic tribes, Zord, and good phrases, common tongue and tears. Touch the scroll. Reach out. Shake your teeth. Your second then vanishes. Proceed cautiously. Fatebinder, not even the ruins should remain standing after Karos' edict. What are you? Indeed, the Silent Archive is meant to be the final source of knowledge. Every text we have magically transcribed bubbles beneath the surface, ready to come forth. Okay, so we have in our power to, in the name of Kairos, to destroy what is probably, let's say, at least 5,000 years worth of history in one go, as well as blow up this building. But the Edict of Fire would stop, and the land would return to normal. Alternatively, I could defy Kairos and not destroy it, but then I have to piss off Kairos and Tuanon, and that's not a good thing. Silent Archive is 100-year-old. Oh, it's only 100 years? Never mind. Assured that knowledge, take the Silent Archive. What you're doing, for all we know, scrolls on to keep the bird, take the scroll. Let's get out of here, Scoob!
You just have to touch everything, don't you?
Yeah. Big booba, little booba, buttocks. Pretty girl's hair. Not black girl's hair, though. Don't do that. Actually, no. Oh yeah, I suppose it's consent. Oh my god, was that an Aladdin quote right there? You were forbidden to touch anything but the lamp! Ebb, wasn't that fun? All the dead sages stealing from them, killing. Chorus, we always have. Shouldn't the edict be over? We did everything correctly, right? Uh-oh. What's going on now? I've become God. Neat. Powerful bolt of warm energy bursts from the Silent Archive. Sound disappears into deafening sound. Vision blurs and you're overcome by dizziness that nearly knocks you on your feet. As it hits you, the feeling passed. The air around you begins to settle, and the particles of fire and ash moments ago stung your eyes, displayed into a chilly gust. Sound archive removed from the burning library, the edict of fire extinguishes. A warm feeling pulses your very chest, a sensation similar to waiting as the edict of execution broke in Central Hall. Ooh, we broke the edict. Now it's asked from the sages, never gonna hear the end of it. First edict, now they want to scour the tears, torn out pages of farming almanacs. All in favour of undoing the Overlord's magic, the whole Edict of Fire couldn't have happened to shittier giggle of scumsuckers. Still, the fire could have spread elsewhere in time, so you did the right thing. Knowledge turned to smoke and ash. Ending the edict can't undo the damage, but perhaps now the place can be rebuilt. Future scholars can unearth whatever remains, books, scrolls still buried within. The Edict of Fire is now a part of me. Ha! I'm evil, don't you know? You've proven yourselves to be the true winner of this game, Fatebinder. Without your help, the library and my men would have surely have ended killing themselves one way or another. Instead, I killed them, you know? I am not such a fool as to ask to turn over the Sound Archive. The voice asks you to retrieve it. Personally, I'll leave you to give it to him. I'm more than happy to remain here out of his gaze. You probably won't appreciate hearing the library is in complete ruins now. I'm afraid I might be taking the brunt of that one. So if you keep your mouth shut, so will I. Don't know what Kairos will do after finding out you're ending the edict. That's a matter for you to deal with. I suppose destroying the library is a point of favour in that court. Yes! Do one thing for you, though. Can I hold the Star Larkarl just once? Why did I do that? Give it back. Native information. You can narrate yourself. My regards. No, I'll give it back. You have the information for the Cellular Archive. You can tell yourself he wants both of us to report to him. Fatebinder, I wouldn't dream of taking that honor from you. By all means, you're more than I insist. It's what he wanted, isn't it? Nirat keeps all information for the Silent Archive and asks you personally. Ha! Well then, farewell. I hope to see you back in Cacophony. Aw, honey. He's gonna have you ripped apart by dogs. Okay. That one went a lot swimmingly compared to the others. Who the fuck? Oh no, I don't have to go back to the damn court, do I? I'd prefer not to. So where you have to sail? Actually, I want to sell to you, so. Probably have tons of shit I can get rid of. Probably don't want to get rid of this, so I'm gonna just put that here for now. Yeah. Yeah. Look at those bells go up. Wait a minute. Bells. Rings. Bell. Different game. Very different game. Only Landry can equip this. Okay. I'll keep the crafting items. And there's some of these stones, garnet, a diamond. Aquamarine, agate, red moss poultice, some broken armor. Okay. Nice. 5 iron rings now. Oh, that spear might have been useful. Fuck it. Now, what do you have in terms of weapons? Common, fine, spirit, masterwork. Do you have any masterwork? Yes, you sold it to me. Oh. Doesn't look very good though. Version Flamin' Spike. One-handed. Oh, did I sell Landry's quill? Oh. Shouldn't have done that. Ah, fuck it. Let's get going. Let's go back to our good friend, the voice of the rat, who won't kill us in a fit of rage or anything. Actually, hold on. Oh yeah, I can make Sigil of Illusion or Sigil of Force. Expressions, can't. We don't have any expressions. Shit. We have 3 accents but no expressions. Well, that's annoying. Cacophony. Whee. Now we go back to the voice in the rat, who will almost certainly be absolutely fucking furious with us. Or happy. Depends on the mood. He's crazy like that. Where, oh, where is the voices? Crazy fireman. Fireman who's crazy. Maybe we should kill them all and start again. That would be a delight. Bah, we can... Maybe we should kill them all and start again. That would be a delight. Bah, we can always dispatch our howling mob when Ash and his iron clods are staying in this country. Fightbinder, always a pleasure. What you need to know, we're dizzy with answers. Returned victorious, and our sensors come back to wealth of intelligence as much as our meager brain could hold under circumstances. Don't grow complacent. We have much work to do before the tears are draped in scarlet robes. The sensor returned to us without the silent archive. We suppose Tuanon ought to know that you're not just proficient at forbidden lore, you're teaching the tears with you. Neither the expert here, but it seems enough to warrant intent to distribute. We are tempted to ask what our silence is worth. Archon, but it'd be hard for us to keep a straight face. Why is the silent archive important to you? Average wrath, lie, forbidden lore, silent archive. I know what you mean. Quit speaking in riddles. Average favor. What a sly cock we are being. Well, you know us, prone to babble. So sorry I've ever hinted a possibility of you violating the rules. Eagle of Fire still lives within me. Smell the Overlord's power, brew promise, a cauldron mixed with pots of wonder, ready to explode. Not for this. We demand progress, and nothing will ever get done if you insist on playing us for frivolity. Time has come to handle matters in our home region. As you have no doubt noticed, the Edict of Stone has wreaked havoc on the once fertile lands. Our Scarlet Chorus recruits return from war-hungry provisions, but we have none to offer since this land are thus blighted. Archon Karn lies in the Stone Sea, clinging to life with both his petrified claws. Simply allow death to take him, the edict would resolve, and our troubles would end. Kill the incompetent fossil however you like. He's flanked by adoring Earthshaker mages. Should provide no challenge to the likes of you. Find our agent, Misery, in the city of Plainsgate. She can offer you further instructions. She has disappointed us to no end with her performance in the region so far. Cannot squeeze some useful out of her. Her time required has come to an end. Have I sent you anyone who didn't end up on a pike or missing? Look at this question. Or horrified you would even say, audacity does not suit you all. I'll head deeper into the Stone Sea. And we got a new missive. 2, actually. Fatebinder Kron the Willed. Did you find it? Is it safe? Tell him you kept it. Status report. You report to Bastard City at once. That's exactly what I'll do. I'll go straight to the Bastard City and get an update. About to take a motherfucking damn! Oh yeah. We used to say when someone was really stoned, they went cabbage on us. Kabosh, yeah? Oh, there's Landry. Should talk to him when we're at the Bastard City. The Bastard City? Take 5 days. Karen Vandren's well. After a few hours of difficult travel through an area with dense undergrowth, you happen upon a small stream where you can refill your water skins and wash the sweat from your brow. Nearby are large corpses of narrow trees with leaf-bearing vines going around the trunk. Vine snakes upwards, dozens of thin yellow-green stems spout forth. At the end of the stems, you explore bright orange berries radiant outwards, red and abundant. To your eye, they appear to be bristleberries. Examine the berries, rub the pits against your skin, examine the vines, eat the berries, or leave. Examine the berries. Cluster together in tight drupelets. Berries vary from bright orange to yellow-orange colour. Size of each individual fruit depends on it. Examine the vine leaves. Leaves extend from the main vines, a bright green lobed. Leaves like hills safe from chills. Leave like rain. Unending pain. Okay. I guess rub on your skin. Berries, better to test with your skin rather than your stomach. You break a cluster of them and mash the berries between your feet. You literally just saw some berries and was like, ugh. Feeling tiny pits inside. Work slowly circles, rub them against your arm. In 2 seconds, the skin remains free of stinging rash. I think it's a good sign. Eat the berries. But you restrain yourself with little stems as you guide. You cut down the dense forest. Eventually, reach the main road with little difficulty. Ooh. We got refreshed. Okay. I guess. Received a message from Tuon. I'm actually going to get into the... There we go. Yes. You can trust this place. It's totally not evil. So what's all that? Someone's ripping fat dabs? Satanic cabbage.
That's twice now. By Kyrus's icy nethers, twice!
Nethers!
Have been broken before, but never in all my many years have I heard of one person doing it twice.
Anybody can do it. Just think about the wording of edict and you'll find Kyrus left options. Maybe later I'll slay an Archon. Still planning my day. Glare silently, average fear, so quick being awestruck and write down the future generations. More fear. Anybody can do it. Just think about the wording of the edicts and you'll find Kyrus left options.
That's like saying winning a war is as simple as raising a giant army and making all the right maneuvers. Knowing what must be done and actually doing it, well, that's the dividing line between being a legend and being forgotten.
Forgotten. Let's read the missive. Message inspired. No other action has been taken to this point. Incredible as many of them has been, has impressed me so thoroughly. Vagueness of the better uses of which you spoke, good sir, one of less faithful judgment. Civil concern. Okay, so they're happy that did that. Excellent, will write your return. Yeah, well, I'm literally here, so. Let's see what's, oh, what's his name? Baldwin the Eighth of,
You return as summoned, despite the weight of
Jerusalem.
responsibility on your shoulders. The court appreciates your devotion to our good work. It should come as no surprise that your activities are closely monitored. As an extension of Kairos' law in the frontier, your progress is a topic of some interest. I sent you on a mission to bring order to the chaos of this civil war. Not enough time has passed for me to expect any significant progress, but I am curious about your findings all the same. I want to make sure your time outside the court's shadow is being used effectively.
Of course. Of course. Let's see. I've killed off people. I've stolen stuff. I've enslaved people. I got laid, I think, at some point in a brothel. Oh, I talked to a lot of people. That's the key thing.
The Scarlet Chorus sing of your name across the tiers. You must have taken some brutal measures to earn their interest. No small feat.
Actually, no. I mostly tell them to surrender.
That you continue to observe the voices of Nerat. If he has sowed chaos in this campaign, the court would know of it.
No matter what terrors you inflict on this fallen realm, I hope you continue to observe the voices of Nerat. The opposite to Kairos is 4, average wrath. No. I am happy to be access to Kairos. I will pull the chaos out by the root.
That is all this court has ever demanded of you. You do well to recall your duties with such exacting precision.
That's it. He's so pedantic. He's down to the letter. It's brilliant.
You have spent some time on your own recognizance. The efforts of our military and the challenges they face should be no mystery to you. Tell me, are you any closer to determining which of the Archons is at fault for the troubles of this campaign?
The voices of Nerat is guilty of inciting chaos, which is true. He is. He is by its very definition. I believe Graven Ash is the guilty party. There are one or two things that make Graven Ash makes me a little bit concerned for him. I do not have sufficient information to make any informed accusation. That is true. So I'm going to go with 3.
Come now. Your decision does not bind you to an accusation at this time. I only wish to know if you have had success uncovering any evidence of misdeed or malfeasance. If you believe either of the Archons has acted in a manner not befitting their station, give voice to it.
I have not found enough evidence. I do not feel comfortable making an accusation at this time. I believe Graven Ash is guilty party. I believe voices of Nerat.
Interesting. On what grounds do you make this claim?
Okay. The voices of Nerat took every opportunity to provoke Graven Ash. He baits the civil war into happening. The censor sought to claim the silent archive for the voice of Nerat. Under the voice's order, the Harkian Bronze smuggled the iron weapon to Vendran Crossing. I'm going to go with the subterfuge one. Let's see. Under the voice's orders, Archeon's Bronze smuggling iron weapons to Vendran Guard. Censor sort of... That seems like the biggest thing there. The silent archive. But I'm going to get subterfuge points if I pick this one.
I suspected as much. Though what the Archon of Secrets thinks he can gain from inciting such a conflict is anyone's guess. I look forward to receiving your full report. I will summon you again at the appropriate time. If there's nothing further, you're dismissed.
Curious about you, Archon. Too often I've wished to such activities. However, I bet your rise to become a Gensid, or I mean, be an Archon. How did you come up with the Office of Fatebinders? Curiosity is such a problem. Refuse. Open the Office of Fatebinders. Responsible for Garces law, and you have to face judgment. People to expiration. Okay. Need to be an Archon. Power yourself or to foster your talents. Is every Archon subservient to Kairos? Okay. Okay. Why is curiosity such a problem? Yeah. Okay. Talk to these three guys. Slain retina. Robes an ink stain, tongue against her left temple, worked away English wound. She was a hard, manipulative woman. Cegus migraines and assessing correspondence. Nothing interesting there. Nope. And finally, probably nothing there. Okay. Let's get out of here. Oh, no, Eb, I think, wants to talk.
That's twice now you've undone one of Kairos' edicts. If you're trying to invite the wrath of the Overlord, good job.
I mean, technically, I think he wants me, or she wants me to turn them off. Okay.
The sages have their share of enemies, and there are some that may have thought the Edict of Fire a suitable fate. Regardless of what the sages do or don't deserve, the knowledge in the Vellum Citadel belongs to all of us. And Kairos' destruction of that knowledge is what really tangles my line. Breaking the Edict of Fire is a signal to Taratus.
Taratus? That's Taratus.
The punishments can be
Tomatoes.
More specifically, you are the one who can undo the Overlord's whims. What is it you need? Ask away. You know, I normally charge for this, but now, you know that's a very personal question. The knowledge I have is a centuries-old gift from the Archon of Tide. Ask away.
Alright. Let's get out of here. Out of here and ponder what we're doing next. Karn, fire inside, napping at the job. Talk to the Forge bound at Nathaniel's Crossing. Let's go back there then. Okay. Where is... It's over here, isn't it? Yep. Only takes 3 days. And shaboopy. Now we have to talk to the Forge bound. And that's how a good night goes bad. But if you reverse it, things start looking bad and then turn out pretty great. Onwards! Moonrise. Tier. Forge bound. Roman dips his head. Outsider, welcome to Lucain's Crossing. Twinon's Fatebinder, welcome back to the Crossing. Haven't seen you around since you put the Scarlet Chorus in charge of everything. Must say, memory seems to be failing. Something I never thought I'd say. A more human, can't always tell the content of pie for a crust, can you? Every year, though, I have to ask. Scarlet Chorus can be heavy-handed around town. Could you have chosen anyone else to be our overlords? Okay. That's not where I meant to be, but sure. Forge bound, tra la 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 la. I'm looking for the forge bound, yeah, yeah, yeah. He's bound to be around here somewhere. Perhaps it's the forge. Oh, my fucking back just clicked. Time are we looking at here now? Huh. Getting close to the 3-hour mark. On more active games, I probably would. Let's have a gander. Ooh. Girdle. Girdly gird.
I got it.
Moonrise, Tear Smasher, Eldon's House, Forge Bound Merchant. So he's here. Okay. I don't know if he is. We'll see. Afskar, Way of Heaven, Zena. Oh! Got the thief pawning through my wares, but the chorus rat won't let me report her. Alright, she should be in chains, not conscripted into some gang. She was back and decided to shake down my business. Time the law is on her side. I can't stand let that happen. Rubbish. My gang needs recruits, especially ones who are quick with their hands. We'll use what whenever to pick locks, pry open her chart. Someone has to say nothing's off the table. Chances are good she'll lose some fingers before the fortnight's over anyhow. What did Will have or steal? Forge-bound weapons and supplies. Still forge-bound weapons. No hammers, maxes, and that go little things here and there. Daggers, scrapes. Okay. I've been watching the little thief stealing from Forge-bound for weeks. Scripted. Why didn't stop when everyone discovered a crime. That's everyone in the conquest of Haven. Family, friends, home. Tramped of one army and another. Stealing the only way to survive. Stealing from Forge-bound. Well, you can call it justice if you want. Do you ever try to sell to the Scarlet Course? As Jod, whatever. Okay. Let's have a look-see. Let's have a look-see. According to the Lord of Kairos, winner will face punishment for stealing from Forge-bound. Forge-bound gained average favor. Yes. Wayne Haver will join Half-Gang and be trained in Scarlet Fury. Xena, as punishment for putting Wave Haver into the possible position, I sentence you to seizure of manual labor for the Forge-bound. Half-Scar, for buying stolen goods and fallen turned thief, you must renounce your title and join the bottom ranks. Wayne Haver, to perform menial tasks and labor for the Forge-bound until she works off her debt. And then she'll go to Half-Scar for trading. Alright, that gets a little bit of everything. There's something to do for the, well, rest of my life such as it is. There you go. There you go. That was easy enough, wouldn't it? I'm like King David. Or is it Solomon? Who's the one who cut the baby in half? Or was threatening to cut the baby in half? Want? Ah, there we go. The scripted beastmen that helped us. Ooh. Conquest decision. The production of iron and arms in Lathan Crossing need to be increased as governor. Your decision on how to handle it. Yeah. Return showed location of supply cache. Okay. Apprentice. There we go. You kill your left hand or your right? Technically, I'm guessing he's going to be right-handed. What I heard from Kairos' army, Forge-bound, yep. Look for some napping tools on behalf of Jaspod. Oh, yeah. Oh, this is back in the city underground. God, I'm not reading all that. Okay. I mean, look at all the information I have in the voice of the rat compared to the Graven Ash, and the game isn't over yet. Um. All right, fuck it. Let's get out of here and let's get ready to wrap this up. No, I can go for another half hour until midnight. And I am going to do a very Norwegian thing and get something to eat. Dinner. Which is going to suck because I'll have to make a type of paella thing again. But I use a curry powder. So I got rice. I got tuna, I got onions, I got garlic. Maybe more jambalaya. No, I think it'd be more of a fish curry, actually. Healthy, whatever it is. As long as I don't put too much sauces into it. I don't use powders. Spices are the key to any good meal. If you get your spices, you can make the most boring foods taste amazing. Why I eat a lot of rice. And beans too. Give me some lima beans. That with some butter. Particularly garlic butter. Or peas. Peas with garlic butter is actually really nice. Not great, not amazing, but it's a job done. Boar! Doggo! Boar and dog.
What do we have here?
Boar and doggo. Doggo and boar. Boar. I always want to try boar. Iron Cathar. Interesting. Fruit. Just fruit in general. Curry rice is awesome when it's cold out, with some steamed potatoes and carrots. Yeah, the potatoes are good for adding into the flavor. I'm going to be getting some carrots on Wednesday. I'm actually going to get a good few veg on... I just love those faces. I don't know how well you can see them. But that's just Narat up there being like, "Hi, I'm literally evil." So of course I sided with him. There's the Archon. I always thought there should be a fourth picture, but who would it be? Denmark? Me? Yeah, I absolutely I'm getting into eating a lot more healthier. Which doesn't mean boring. That pizza I had a few nights ago, like last week, was the first time I had actually like crashed on my diet since I started, and I mean, I was so overdue for it. I mean, even on the one day I give myself off a month, I always do something simple and nice. Like I made myself a really nice steak, really tender. in and some baby potatoes. This week I'm gonna make my own pizza. I'm gonna get myself a big, crusty, like nice, fresh piece of bread. Cut it in half. Get myself some Edam, some feta cheese, some tomato sauce. Maybe cut up some olives. Get myself like some like Spanish sriracha ham, or not sriracha ham, the chorizo or whatever. The Spanish sausage that you kind of slice off in chunks. That's some nice stuff. And drizzle over tons of olive oil. Pop it in. Have half the loaf. Oh, one part of the day, the other half, the other half. This I need to use more of. I'm starting to let that slack a little bit. Anyway, roads wind through the narrow ravine. You consider how it would make an excellent locale for an ambush, even as a bronze armored soldier steps on the road before you. Glance back and came, confirm his suspicions, way back to blocked by additional warriors. Series draw blade and bows, face scrolls with planes, start dirt, bandages peak from grapple of mana, and banner planted. They don't make you wait and learn their intentions, however. This is for Apex, Fatebinder, Whore of the Overlord. It's true, I am a Whore of the Overlord. It's for the nation that you despoiled and the heroes you murdered for vengeance. Well in the guard. Arrows knocked. Yeah, I'm just going to attack them. Let's get slaughtering. One thing I like to do with carrots, I like to grate them and use that in cooking. Like you said, it's pretty good with in curries, but I kind of like more the flavour of it than the texture.
You have no hope.
Oh shit!
Will do. Wrong weapon for the job. I need to try something else. You learn something every day.
I've got my character, my burly masculine man character of masculineness is actually has like a woman's voice. I can't level up past 21. No, you need 2. Shit. Athletics then. Power. Skull Cracker. Deliver a powerful upward blow. Yes, please. Fuck Correctus. Let's have a gander. Oh, there is something there. Has a bow. Frostbite. That must do fire damage. No. There's something else I want to work with. I haven't cooked with cherry tomatoes in a while. I don't know what to do with them though. I'll pick them up anyway. Play around with them. South Haven. Sarah's counting out the hemorrhoid for counting. I was counting these out for Herman didn't see you coming. I thought he said, I swear to Christ, he said, I'm counting out these hemorrhoids. You look just like a portrait. I mean, flatter and likeless, though you look more regal in person. Hey! Okay, now wait for one. Stop eating, start absorbing sunlight. Gonna split myself like an atom pretty soon, I think. Hell yeah. It's very inefficient. Just stand out in the sun and do a sort of Superman thing where you're just like, oh. And then, you know, you're ready to party. Alright, so we got some merchants. We got some stock effect bird sounds that sound like they could have been out of fucking Oblivion. We got Ebb here, stuck on a wall. Yeah, it's coming together pretty well. Hey, what's this? Is it a box? It is. You think some of those merchants would be smart enough to like get seats, you know? Forge-bound apprentice. Nicodemius. Sounds German. Forge-bound apprentice. Forge-bound apprentice. Might add some blue cheese to what you're making. I'm not a big fan of blue cheese, but I'll tell you who would love that. My mother. My mother loves herself some blue cheese. For me, I'd like a nice cheese sort of base, so that's why I'm thinking feta. Failing that, some Edam. For the cheese, that would have more of a kick to it, red cheddar. But that's harder to cook with. It burns easier, I've found over the years. Good for mac and cheese, though. If you don't mind farting, at least. Toot toot goes my poop shoot. Barrel-chested man surveys the area, stern impression. He's nonchalant in his approach, large hirsute mustache trees. Yeah, I'm actually looking forward to that pizza thing. I'll do it in the middle of the month, so I won't feel the need later in the month to be like, oh wow, I could really do for something that isn't like healthy, and the same stuff over and over again. Still, I mean, if that thing turns out pretty well, post it in photos if you're on our Discord. Curious to see how it pans out. I've only ever made that pizza thing I talked about once, and I think it all depends on the bread. This thing I found was in Super Value, and it was like on the reduced aisle, and I had a day left to it, and it was this huge square loaf thing, flats, except for the crust, which looked like the you know, the stuffed crust, but it wasn't. It was just Italian herb bread. They put the herbs on top of the bread. It was brown. It would be delicious on its own. And I looked at it and I was like, this is kind of like a nice base in the middle. And I thought about it and I gave it a go, and it turned out pretty great. So I'd like to recreate that. Slow heat as well, of course. You want it to be crispy. You don't want it to be burnt to a crisp. And I gotta get myself a good dipping sauce if it does turn out good. Especially for the crust. I have to find that exact loaf though. If not, I'll get one of those big square loaves they have. It's usually onion and sage loaf. So that'll be an extra flavor to it. You can also use those loaves as trenchers as well. No one really does that anymore, but trenchers can be really nice tasting. Get yourself a hard loaf that's probably like a day out of date. Cut it off, empty out the innards, and fill it up with whatever you want. Stews, curries, whatever. And then the sauces, of course, will soften up the bread a bit, and it adds its own holder. It's what they used to do in medieval times. Plus, you get to eat out the middle bit, and I always like eating out the middle bit of a loaf of bread, even if it is not as always fresh. I'm a fate binder. Where the forge bound here? Ask Cassandra. Okay. Where is Cassandra? Cassandra, master of napping. Master of napping. The motion, rhythmic as you work the stone. Mundane as breath. Sinewy biceps and contract control the force. Each implant, listen to your senses and shape your mind and feel inevitable. Waste your strength and buy time. Master of napping. I thought Jasper was master of napping. Jaspers. I'm not corpse yet, despite my wishes of my apprentice, so Tal remains with me. Master of arrogance. He was a dutiful enough student, but I heard a boast he made of my apprentice in private. Learned quickly, I'll give him that. It was a long way off from attaining that kind of mastery. It's a decade of consistency. Press work for the guild with loud title of master. Okay. Claim title for himself. Motherfucker. Takes a hammer and smashes against the wall, sending a fragment flying. The gall of the man. I'll cave his head in as an example. We're here. I've chisels over than him. Far, far too young to be such a rank. Of course, he has potential and instruct anyone who doesn't, but seeks approval of his peers. Yeah. Guild will act on this. Make a false claim. Serious. Yeah. I'm starting to suspect I've been duped. 50 years of guild made me a tool set, most exquisite craftsmanship. No doubt that's what he meant. As we left Nathaniel's crossing, I noticed a set of incomplete, several key hammers and chisels. They weigh so high, one in trouble, sure misplaced. Oh, so he stole from his old master and now he's claiming to be the master. If my knees were still good from sprinting and chase down an ungrateful rake and pulverize a skeleton one bone at a time. Those tools were a gift, and not even I could fashion sentimentality out of rock. I misunderstood the situation. The tool is rightfully yours. I misunderstood the truth remains with you. What makes these tools so special? I want the XP, but he is a piece of shit, so... Thank you. I'm glad we could clear up the misunderstanding. Shame mine was not cleft from a rank sooner. Caprion. South Haven. Return to Jaspods. Either way, I get to return to him, but I'm not going to do that now. Instead, I'm going to go and wrap up this night's stream by starting the quest for the next one, which is up here. Sunset Spire, Iron Hall Trail, the Shattered Bastion. Oh yeah, Planescape. Achoo! Hopefully I'll end up being able to unlock this tower next. Just make traveling across the world a little easier, you know? Okay. Let's see what we have.
They call this a town? It's nothing but crumbling buildings and starving people. Do we really need to stay here? And what is that smell?
I think they called it a town.
Oh, I was listening to them. There's war to be waged, unless of course you're interested in journalism. Well, I am now. Do continue. Heading to Jagged Maw. Ooh, the Beast Ride. Tangled Limb.
Before your overlord sliced it in half. Sorry if it's not the Imperial Palace.
Okay, Mother. I'll try to behave. Ugh, that smell, though. You have to admit, it's rank. What is it? Is it these people? Oh, please tell me everyone doesn't smell like that here.
The people here have been through a great deal. Show some decency. We'll wait until the locals can't hear us before thinking of awful ways to describe that smell.
I literally just walked by you. Here's a great idea. Let's have a city built on an earthquake place. Whoa, what's going on up here? That sounds pretty crazy.
Can't do that.
Plainsgate, huh? Plainsgate Torment, perhaps? Ooh. Back away from the beastmen and stop throwing stones or I'll start throwing back. Aw, they're clubbing. Look, they're beating the beastmen to death. His name's Rancor. Yeah, I used to make macaroni mixed with potatoes and sausage and put it in a hollow French bread half loaf. That doesn't sound like a terrible idea. Vape on a Plainsgate. Since you're here, might be interested in a liquid procurement. What do you want? Edgy, ain't you, boss? Don't worry, your little scheme is potential profit written all over it. You see that lumbering beast I got chained there? What about him? Group of townsfolk called the beast way outside the city night before last. Don't know whether or not he's done or not. But they're wailing he ate one of their own. Now they want nothing but to string him up and skin him alive. You're looking to recruit the beastmen into the rank, aren't you? Aces, boss. Alright, that's interesting. That's an interesting one to end on, I think. Unless, of course, it's, yeah, fuck it. I'll save and send. So, next week, when we come back here, we'll be wondering whether or not the Beastman is worthy of being added into the chorus, or be lynched by an angry mob. I like the sound of both, honestly. Both have potential for evil. Anyway, this has been fun. This has been a good night. I'm happy that a good amount of people turned up. This game normally doesn't bring out that many people because they take one look at it and we're like, there's a lot of writing. And there is. There's also some cool writing in it too. I'll be back tomorrow, like I said, to play, I believe it's the pre-sequel. I might be wrong. Let's just quickly check now. Schedule. Yeah, pre-sequel. Same time, 9 o'clock. I will play for a indeterminate amount of time. And then on Wednesday, we have 3 drinks minimum at 11 p.m. That's GMT. So I've got a few things I need to do around the house. I've been starting to clean up around the house, to do a little bit of spring cleaning going on. I should hit the Hoover on a little bit though. It's always good to try to clean yourself up after a while. Then on... Oh, we don't actually know what we're watching yet for 3 Drinks Minimum, so if you can think of anything that would be fun to watch while drinking, pop it into the appropriate channel. If not, we'll find something, we'll talk, we'll get increasingly drunk. It'll be a good time, a good world. Then on Thursday, Our Worlds. Friday, Bearded Ramblings. Lush Gaming's going to join us. Still don't know who's going to come on the side with her. A side order of guest with our main course of guest. If you could think of anyone, if anyone is watching right now who wouldn't say no, drop me a line. And then on Saturday we have Age of Empires 3, because 2 doesn't seem to want to stream for some reason. And Sunday we have the one and only 12-hour Skyrim. Yes. That, I don't know when that's going to be, when I'm basically awake. As soon as I'm awake, I'll splash some water on my face, sit down in front of the camera, and get it going. So, thank you so much everyone who watched, anyone who watched in the future. If you like this, like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to check out the links in the description for our Discord. We have all this manner of shenanigans going on. Twitter, where I will retweet everyone's stuff and pretend that's my own, because I'm smart like that. Except when I'm drunk, then I'll start drunk texting girls I like a classy dude. And of course, Streamlabs, where we have our goal. Thank you again so much, everyone who helped us reach our last one. And this is going to be the last Bearded Boozathon, so we should try to make it a good one. And yeah, hope to all see you again tomorrow as we go bang bang instead of talk talk. Although it'll be a little bit of talk talk. Talk talk's good. And I will talk